Can I follow up?
Yes, sorry.
Thank you. Just where you were responding to Olivia, I guess, on the path forward. I mean, according to Politico, U.S. officials see no path forward to resolving the Gaza war anytime soon, or coming up with a ceasefire that can endure. So I just, want perhaps if you elaborate on this. Where are we with the talks?
First of all, I have no idea who those U.S. officials are.
Okay.
As I've said on previous occasions,
Right.
thousands of people who serve in the government have who
Okay.
are U.S. officials, and they have a wide diversity of opinions.
Right.
They're not all the opinions that you see quoted from U.S. officials are not universally shared. I think everyone understands that. I will say that we very much see a path forward to a ceasefire. There was a way to get a ceasefire last week, in fact, even before last week,
Right.
if Hamas had agreed to the proposal that Israel had put forward and that had been endorsed, as I said, by the United Nations Security Council and countries around the world. And had Hamas accepted that proposal, we would have a ceasefire today. And the suffering of the people inside Gaza could have been dramatically alleviated, and we've seen a massive surge in humanitarian assistance. So it remains incredibly unfortunate that they didn't accept that proposal, but we think they ought to accept that. They ought to agree to a ceasefire. We are engaged in conversations with the mediators about how to get to a ceasefire that protects Israel's security interests, that alleviates the suffering of the Palestinian people. We very much do think it's possible to achieve one, but as you heard the Secretary say, just because it's possible doesn't mean that we will get there, but we're going to keep trying.
Well, since you mentioned humanitarian aid, I mean, today marks the 43rd day of the closure of the Rafah crossing and Kerem Abu Salam and so on. There's virtually no aid, and the pier is not functioning, obviously. The situation is very dire. Why can't the U.S., put forth an idea or a way to increase under the current circumstances before you even get to a ceasefire? Because the situation is very bad. I mean, the people, literally, children are starving.
We are absolutely.
To death.
We are. Sorry to interrupt you. We are absolutely putting forward ways to improve the humanitarian situation in Gaza, and it was because of U.S. advocacy that we saw Israel institute these humanitarian pauses that they announced on Sunday or Monday. We continue to engage with our partners on the ground about how to increase the number of trucks that go in, but more importantly, right now, because there are a number of trucks that have made it to Kerem Shalom that are sitting in Kerem Shalom unable to then distribute the aid that they're holding inside Gaza. We're working for ways to resolve the security and logistical challenges that made it difficult to distribute aid inside Gaza. We continue to be incredibly focused on that. As well, and I should say, as well as reaching an agreement between Israel and Egypt about how to safely reopen the Rafah border crossing.
Although Israel has destroyed it completely, they're saying that it is now rendered completely inoperable. But let me ask you about what Navi Pillay, the chairperson of the Independent International Commission of Inquiry on the occupied Palestinian territory, announced yesterday that Israel did indeed commit war crimes. Do you have any comment? Have you seen the report? And do you have any comment on that?
We did see the report. We saw that Israel said it is reviewing the report. I can just give you what our assessment has been. You saw us put out a report last month where we said it is reasonable to assess that there have been violations of international humanitarian law, and we're continuing to look at specific incidents to draw final determinations.
Thank you.